It was a Wednesday, November 24, 1971. Thanksgiving was just around the corner. Families prepared for feasts and reunions. But on a Northwest Orient Airlines flight, something sinister was about to unfold. A man using the name Dan Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727. He was after one thing: money. This was not the first hijacking, but it was different. Cooper was calm, polite even. He had a plan and he executed it with chilling precision. His story would become a legend, a mystery that has captivated the world for decades. The flight, bound for Seattle, took off from Portland, Oregon. The passengers, none the wiser, settled in for their journey. Among them was a man in seat 18E, dressed in a dark suit and tie. He ordered a bourbon and soda, a seemingly ordinary act that belied the extraordinary events about to transpire. Little did anyone know this man, forever to be known as D.B. Cooper, was about to pull off one of the most daring and baffling crimes in American history. He would vanish into thin air, leaving behind a trail of questions and a mystery that continues to this day. D.B. Cooper. A simple name, but one that would echo through the halls of criminal history. He was an enigma, his true identity lost to time. Witnesses described him as a man in his mid-40s, calm and collected. He sat in seat 18E, sipping his drink, observing. When the time was right, he passed a note to the stewardess. This note changed everything. It claimed he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. The stewardess, shaken but composed, relayed the message to the pilot. The pilot, Captain William Scott, knew the gravity of the situation. He had no choice but to comply with Cooper's demands. The FBI was alerted, and Operation Cooper was underway. Cooper, throughout the ordeal, remained remarkably calm. He spoke in a measured tone, giving clear instructions. He never showed the bomb, but the threat hung heavy in the air. Passengers, oblivious to the danger, continued their conversations, unaware that their flight had become a ticking time bomb. Word of the hijacking spread like wildfire. News crews gathered at the Seattle-Tacoma airport, their cameras pointed at the sky, waiting for the hijacked plane to land. The FBI, working against the clock, scrambled to meet Cooper's demands. They gathered the ransom money, $20 bills, all meticulously marked. They located 4 parachutes, hoping to appease the hijacker and ensure the safety of the passengers and crew. Time ticked by with agonizing slowness. The plane circled above the airport, a symbol of the tense standoff between Cooper and the authorities. Passengers remained unaware of their fate, their lives hanging in the balance. The fuel gauge inched closer to empty, adding to the pressure cooker atmosphere. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the plane touched down. The authorities held their breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution. Cooper, however, was just getting started. Into the night sky. With the money and parachutes in his possession, Cooper laid out his next move. He instructed the pilots to fly southeast towards Mexico City. He demanded the plane fly at a low altitude and with the rear stairs lowered. The pilots, experienced aviators, knew the risks involved in flying at such a low altitude with the stairs deployed. But they had no choice. Their priority was the safety of everyone on board. As the plane lumbered through the night sky, Cooper ordered the crew to remain in their cockpit. Then, with the roar of the engines and the wind whipping around him, he stepped onto the rear stairs and jumped. It was a daring escape, a leap into the unknown. The plane, now free of its captor, continued on its course, eventually landing safely in Reno, Nevada. But the mystery of D.B. Cooper had only just begun. Whispers in the wind, the search for D.B. Cooper. The news of Cooper's escape sent shockwaves across the nation. The FBI launched a massive manhunt, combing through forests and rivers, following every lead, no matter how small. They interviewed witnesses, hoping to find a clue, a piece of the puzzle that would lead them to the elusive hijacker. But Cooper had vanished, seemingly swallowed whole by the night. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The trail ran cold. The money, with the exception of a few bills found years later, was never recovered. The lack of concrete evidence only fueled the mystery. Rumors swirled. Theories abounded. Had Cooper survived the jump, or had he met a tragic end in the wilderness? The question lingered unanswered, a testament to the enduring power of this unsolved case. Theories take flight. Over the years, countless theories have emerged, each attempting to explain the mystery of D.B. Cooper. Some believe he was a skilled skydiver who planned his escape meticulously, while others speculate he was an amateur who met a grim fate in the unforgiving wilderness. One prominent theory points to a man named Richard McCoy, who pulled off a similar hijacking just months after Cooper's disappearance. The similarities were striking, but ultimately, no concrete evidence linked McCoy to the Cooper case. Another theory suggests Cooper perished upon landing, his body and the money lost in the vast wilderness. The discovery of a portion of the ransom money along the Columbia River in 1980 added credence to this theory, but Cooper's remains were never found. The lack of a definitive answer only adds to the intrigue. D.B. Cooper became a folk hero to some, a symbol of daring and rebellion against authority. To others, he was a cunning criminal who got away with a brazen crime. The legend endures. The D.B. Cooper case remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. It has inspired books, movies, and countless hours of speculation. Despite the passage of time, the allure of the unknown continues to capture the imagination. Did D.B. Cooper survive his daring escape? Or did he become another victim of his own ambition, his story ending tragically in the wilderness? The answers, like the man himself, remain elusive. The D.B. Cooper case is a reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. But the pursuit of the truth, the desire to unravel the enigma, is a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the human need to make sense of the unknown. D.B. Cooper, whoever he was, continues to fascinate and intrigue, his legend forever intertwined with the mystery of his disappearance.